So you want an EV, but you're anxious about range. I get it. So much so that I already did a video about the ones that will take you the furthest right here. So today I'm bringing you our list of the worst EV ranges that we've tested and stand by. That's right, we don't just take automakers at their EPA estimated word, we test for ourselves. And speaking of EPA estimates, thanks to over-the-air updates, car companies are constantly tweaking their powertrains to get the best results. These numbers are current as of this recording. Before I do that, if you want to catch more of our videos, you know what to do. Hit that like and subscribe button right now. Okay, so full disclosure, I don't want to come in too hot here. So I'm gonna start this list off easy with an EV range that's not great, but still doable. It's the Volvo C40 Recharge, an EV that may leave you safe, but also possibly sorry. It's small, but packs a lot between its fenders, including an operating system powered by Google and more than 400 horsepower. We got 252 miles to the charge, which at least beats the EPA's 226-mile estimate. Could be worse. At the number 9 spot, that for us is the Porsche Taycan 4S Cross Turismo. The Taycan represents Porsche's official entrance into EVs, and it doesn't disappoint in so many ways. We've loved its sparkling performance, tech, comfort, and effortless ability, but the range, it's aight. We were able to get 250 miles out of it, which isn't bad. Far more than the EPA's estimate, actually. Just not knocking our socks off. You know what I mean? Moving on, number 8 on our list of EVs with the worst range. We've got the Audi E-Tron. When it first came out, we were wooed by it. But over time, it's lost some of its luster. It's still a right-sized machine that feels like a 2-row version of the Audi Q7. And the electric powertrain only adds to the experience with a smooth, effortless oomph. At 248 miles, it's not terrible, and yet again, we got more than the EPA estimate by about 20 miles. But when you're paying around $70,000 for it, you might want your money to go a bit further. Literally. Some good news though, Audi knows this is an issue, and for 2024, they're updating the model with an eye towards more range. It's even getting a new name, the Q8 e-tron. Look at that. Next on our list, at number 7, the Mercedes-Benz EQB 350. Now, I understand, building a new electric vehicle from the ground up is no easy feat. This SUV shares a lot in common with the GLB, but Mercedes yanked out the model's traditional internal combustion engine and replaced it with front and rear electric motors and a 70 kilowatt-hour battery. All that said, this is no lightweight. The range, well, it's decent at 242 miles, outbeating the EPA estimate by 15. Next on our list, it's the Volvo XC40 Recharge. It's Volvo's first stab at an electric SUV, so basically, it's like if you want to go electric and not shout out to the world that you're doing it, then yeah, go with the XC40. It's a good way to go. But if you want to go long distance, we were only able to squeeze 240 miles out of it. The EPA, 223. So we're trying to get you as much as we can here. But like they say, sometimes your best just ain't good enough. Halfway through our list, and you might be surprised as to what vehicle holds that number 1 spot for worst EV range. Another Audi has found its way on our list, the Audi E-Tron Sportback. So before I dump my Debbie Downer rant on you about it, first, here's what we like. It has smooth and decisive acceleration with well-executed driver assist systems and a healthy list of standard safety and luxury features. Its range, 238 miles. The EPA, not even close. And given the fact that the best range for an EV is more than 500 miles, yeah, This one is a bit lackluster. We're really inching our way towards the one who holds the top spot for the worst EV range. Coming in at number 4, it's the Nissan Leaf. Now look, the Nissan Leaf has come a long way since its 2011 model, which was the first mass-market electric vehicle to come to America. We like its quick, smooth acceleration, driver assistance features, and quiet driving experience. But along with its limited storage space for small items, today its range has been beaten out by nearly every other EV. We managed to squeeze out 237 miles on the last one we tested. Now keep in mind though, that's with the big battery plus model. Thing is, there's an even shorter range Leaf, the standard S, that's less powerful and has a smaller battery. It's got an EPA rating of only 149 miles, but we haven't tested that one ourselves, so this Plus model stays at number 4. At the number 3 spot, it's a brand that's known for being reliable, though sometimes late to the party. I like to call it fashionably late. The Toyota BZ4X Limited front-wheel drive. It took Toyota a long time to produce a mass-market electric vehicle. The question is, was the BZ4X worth the wait? Spoiler alert, not so much. The BZ4X is comfortable and packs in lots of features, but its exterior and interior design and lackluster range totally sink it. Its Edmunds tested range sits at 227 miles. That's less than the trim's already disappointing EPA estimate of 242 miles. A lower spec XLE carries at least 10 more than that. That's still disappointing. At number 2, we've got the Mini Cooper SE. Look, you buy a Mini Coupe because it's functional, great for day-to-day errands, and let's be honest, it looks like that groovy Austin Powers vibe is going on. Yeah, baby, yeah.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
When you look at it that way, 150 miles from our tested range might be good enough for you. But when you compare it to, say, the Chevy Bolt EUV Premier with 247 miles on it, yeah, I think the grass is a bit greener. And finally, we made it to our number 1 worst EV range. What a journey it's been. Not one this EV could take. Shade. If you know this brand and how good their vehicles tend to drive, you might be a bit caught off guard that it's the worst. I mean, it's just rotten. It's just bottom of the barrel. It's just bad. Oh, my bad. I kind of went down the rabbit hole with that one. Okay, I've stalled and frustrated you long enough. Our number 1 worst EV range goes to the Mazda MX-30. Its smooth, eco-conscious interior and interesting exterior design, packed with a nice modern look, couldn't save it from being our worst of the worst with only 114 miles we tested on our loop. At least that's better than the EPA. Well, there it is, the honest truth. And yes, you can handle the truth. Does this mean you shouldn't buy any of these on our list? No, not at all. Knock yourself out. Just make sure you're close enough to home when you do, so I don't have to say, I told you so. All right, that's all the cynicism I have in me for one video. I'll see you next time.